see, Ray Lewis. People are pretty excited about Ray Lewis. Seems like Ray Lewis is pretty excited about the Dallas Cowboys, but I don't really know if that's a real good fit or not. I don't know. The guy's getting up in age a little bit, and you know he's lost a step. Good leader, no doubt about it. People really pushing the leadership part, but you know I think this team's got good leaders. It's got Marcus Ware, Brady James, good leader. So you know I don't think that the defense is necessarily lacking in leadership. I think the whole leadership thing is a little bit overblown because they're losing, or at least you know they lost, you know, there towards the end or whatever. But personally, I think Julius Peppers is probably a better fit. Played defense, you know, defensive end for Carolina Panthers. Obviously, guy's been in the league I think 7 years, 29 years old, like 6'7", I think, 280. Be a good outside linebacker on the other side to complement Ware. Because, man, I tell you what, you got those two boys coming after you. You better look out. Somebody's going to find a quarterback. And I don't know. I think Julius Peppers is a better fit than Ray Lewis is. You know, but, you know, people want that whole leadership deal. A guy that's going to get in everybody's face. But I don't know, man. Ray Lewis is going to want some big-time money. And I don't know. I don't think Cowboys can afford him. Hell, they might not be able to afford Julius Peppers either, as far as that goes. So, and Jerry Jones has said he's not going to be a big. Cowboys aren't going to be very big players in free agency this year. So, we'll just have to see what happens on that one. But I mean, I don't have anything against Ray Lewis necessarily, but I just don't think he is. I don't think he's the answer necessarily. This team's got plenty of good defensive players. And, yeah. I don't know about you guys, man, but I'm getting kind of frustrated with this whole Jerry Jones thing, man. I don't know exactly what's going on with this dude. You know, one minute he's talking about, you know, making all these big changes and things are going to be different starting at the top. You know, then this shit happens with Dan Reeves and... You know, I won't necessarily huge about Dan Reeves coming on board, but you know, just kind of the way it all transpired, I think it's kind of a bullshit kind of a deal. You know, to put some kind of a weird clause in a guy's contract about clocking in. The guy's been in the NFL for shit probably close to 30 years. You know, it was a slap in the face of Dan Reeves, man. Jerry Jones knew what he was doing. He just didn't want the guy, I think, man. I think it was just some kind of shit that he just kind of pulled out of his hat at the last second just to keep it from happening, man. Something like that's a deal breaker for a guy. For a guy who's been around as long as Dan Reeves has, you know. So, Jerry, dude, he really started to fucking make me mad. Last week I posted the thing about Terrell Owens, the pros and cons of Terrell Owens, whether or not to keep him, whether or not to let him go, trade him, whatever. And I tell you, man, it's really up in the air. It's probably 50-50. I mean, you know, on the website itself, you know, we got like, I don't know how many comments, man, probably 15, 16, hell, I don't remember, but it seems like the majority of the people that commented said keep him. But, you know, I think a lot of people that comment on it are thinking with their heart rather than with their head. You know, not putting people down, but, you know, it's easy to say keep the guy, because you're scared of what might happen without him. But, you know, this guy's a distraction whether he opens his mouth or not. But unfortunately, he really does like to open his mouth. And he continues to open his mouth and give these interviews and shit, you know, and it just drives me up the fucking wall. You know, because he never shuts up. He knows the shit's coming. But he just refuses to shut up, man. He refuses just to damn say the right thing. You know, instead he goes on TV and he starts talking about stuff that, you know, you can say that shit after the fact. Write a tell-all book after you retire. You know, but while you're playing the game, you need to keep your nose to the grindstone, keep busy, you know, focus on the team rather than yourself. And the guy just doesn't know how to do that. You know, I mean, we see it, and we see it, and we see it, yet people try to say that the media blows it. Sure, the media blows it up. We all fucking know the media blows it up. But the bottom line is, you give them something to blow up, they're going to blow it up. Don't give them anything to blow up. I mean, it's real simple, really. You know, just don't give it to him. You know, but he just doesn't know how. You know, his honesty gets him in trouble. You know, I believe the guy is telling the truth when he talks, man. I believe he was telling the truth about Donovan McNabb. We all know what kind of pussy Donovan McNabb is. I mean, that ain't no damn stretch. You know, Donovan McNabb's been proving how much of a fucking failure he is since he started playing football. You know, so, I mean, sure, he was telling the truth about Donovan McNabb. We all know that, man. Cowboys fans, Eagles fans, they're going to deny that shit because, you know, Donovan McNabb's all they got. You know, so, and he doesn't take them anywhere. He never has. You know, yeah, they made it to the Super Bowl one time, man, but he shit the bed on that one. We all saw it, you know. But fuck Donovan McNabb. I don't even know why I'm talking about the fucking Eagles to begin with, but, you know, I guess it's, you know, Terrell Owens played for him, so whatever, but I don't know, man. I think that Terrell Owens is a hell of an asset to have when he's playing good. But you got to keep him happy. You gotta do all these things to keep him from running his freaking mouth when all he needs to do is just shut up. You know, it's real simple. You know, if you don't like what's going on, you know, just deal with it. I mean, goddamn. I mean, you know, how many times has the guy got to tell everybody how they're not utilizing or he's not getting the ball enough or blah blah blah? You don't see everybody else doing that. You don't see everybody else giving these tell-all or these. I don't know, man. You know what I'm talking about. This bullshit with Deion Sanders, man. That interview really pissed me off. Because, you know, that was bad timing on his part, you know. And, of course, Deion Sanders is going to take advantage of it, you know. Because it's a story, you know. He'll get a little bit more time on NFL Network, you know. But, you know, whatever, man. I'm just real tired of Terrell Owens. You know, I'm real tired of listening to... If it's this big of a fucking question mark, then we know what the answer is, but nobody wants to admit it. Everybody wants to pretend that everything's going to be hunky-dory, and Terrell Owens is going to come back, and everybody's going to be happy, and he's going to behave himself, and we're going to win the 6th Super Bowl, and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I don't know if we can do it with him. I don't know if he's going to let it happen. So, I guess we'll see what happens with Terrell Owens. You know, but... I don't know.